at the idea of XRP reaching $1,000, calling it a joke. But now the financial world is changing fast. Governments, banks, and corporations are quietly integrating XRP at the core. This isn't hype, it's already happening through real partnerships, policies, and infrastructure shifts. And soon, the people who once laughed will realize it was never a joke. It was the future. My name is 𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏, and you are watching AlinaX. Let's dive deep. They laughed when someone said XRP could hit $1,000 by the end of the year. They rolled their eyes, mocked the idea, dismissed it like it was a meme. But now, as we stand on the edge of a financial transformation unlike anything we've seen before, it's time for all those doubters to quietly step aside. Because what's coming isn't a fantasy anymore. It's becoming reality, faster than anyone expected. Let's get one thing clear right off the bat. This is not hype. This is not some blind prediction pulled out of thin air. What we're about to walk through is a chain of real events, real partnerships, government alignments, digital policy transitions, and massive global integrations that are already underway. The system is changing, the gates are opening, and XRP is sitting at the center of it all. Now, before we go deeper, please listen to this warning with all seriousness. Take your crypto off exchanges. I repeat, take your assets off centralized exchanges and secure them in a cold wallet. Because if you think you know what's coming, think again. Most people don't. They've only scratched the surface. You have absolutely no idea how much your holdings might be worth in the very near future. But soon, you will. And if those assets are stuck in an exchange at the wrong moment, they might just vanish into the black hole of digital control. We are witnessing the financial floodgates fully breaking open. And the institutions, the regulators, the corporations, they're not even pretending anymore. They're signaling it clearly now. Stablecoins are the future, and they're officially in the clear. But here's the part they're not screaming from the rooftops. All those regulated stablecoins, they need XRP. Why? Because XRP is the bridge. It's the settlement layer. It's the digital plumbing behind the scenes. Back in January, when almost nobody was paying attention, we told you RLUSD and USDC would emerge as the digital dollar backbone. Not a maybe, not a prediction, a clear warning. Look now, RLUSD is here. It's Ripple's official stablecoin, built for enterprise-grade usage, fully compliant, ready to plug into every major corridor of global finance. Do you really think that's a coincidence? We also said something else that most ignored. XRP would become the new treasury. What does that mean? It means XRP isn't just some utility token. It's the digital layer that can absorb, store, and transfer value at a level national currencies can't touch anymore. It's built for liquidity, built for real-time finality, built for interoperability across borders, regulations, and asset classes. That's why banks are turning to it. That's why central banks are quietly integrating it into their back-end systems. And that's why XRP is being positioned to take the role that the US Treasury has held for decades, but this time in the digital age. But it goes even deeper than that. XRP won't just act as the Treasury, it will become the world reserve. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't an exaggeration. We are moving into an era where the traditional world reserve currency model, based on fiat dominance and geopolitical leverage, is losing its grip. The IMF is exploring multi-currency reserve baskets. The BRICS nations are launching their own financial frameworks. And what do they all need? A neutral bridge, a digital standard, something that can move money without being controlled by a single nation. XRP is perfectly positioned to be that solution. It's fast, scalable, trusted by institutions, and already tested in real-world liquidity corridors. But wait, there's more. XRP will become the next petrodollar. Think about that. For nearly 50 years, oil was traded globally in US dollars. It gave America unmatched financial power. But that system is breaking. Nations are tired of being under the thumb of dollar dominance. They want an alternative. a system where energy can flow freely without geopolitical chains. And with tokenization of real-world commodities now going mainstream, XRP is again the bridge. It's not fantasy. It's being built right now. Tokenized barrels of oil, real-time energy settlement, cross-border, asset-backed digital contracts. And XRP is quietly moving into that lane. And here's the one that most people completely missed. XRP will tokenize Bitcoin. Yes, the king of crypto, the original digital asset. Even that will be represented through tokenized forms on the XRP ledger. Why? Because Bitcoin is too slow, too expensive. It doesn't settle fast enough for institutional-grade usage. But tokenize it? Represented on XRP's lightning-fast, low-cost ledger. Suddenly, Bitcoin becomes instantly liquid, interoperable, usable in smart contracts, DeFi systems, and cross-asset swaps. It's already happening. This is how Ripple moves, quietly, strategically, and with military precision. Now let's go back to the price prediction. XRP at $1,000 conservatively by Q4 or Q1. Sound crazy? It's not. Because once you understand how much money is being prepared to flow into this new system, you realize that number might even be low. Let's break it down. The Federal Reserve's alignment is already locked in. XRP, XLM, and HBAR are all tied to this transformation. The date? July 14th. Mark it. That's when the Fed signals go green for institutional blockchain rails. And guess who's ready? Ripple. Now add ISO 20022, the international messaging standard that's replacing Swift's outdated infrastructure. Who's compliant and ready to go? XRP, XLM, XDC, HBR, QNT, ADA, IoT, and AlGAO. All going live on that same date, July 14th. But this isn't just a messaging upgrade. It's a total overhaul of how value is exchanged globally. Central banks, commercial banks, payment providers, all moving on to one synchronized, interoperable standard. XRP was designed for this. Literally built for it before ISO 20022 even existed. Then there's DTCC, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation. You know, the system that clears the majority of financial instruments in the United States. XRP is there too. So is XLM and XDC. Going live again, July 14th. Think about that. Stocks, bonds, derivatives, ETFs, real estate tokenization, all moving to digital clearing, and XRP is right in the middle. And we're not done. November. That's when Swift officially integrates with XRP, XDC, HBAR, and Link. This is the final boss of the financial system. Swift handles over $5 trillion daily in global money movement. When it shifts, the entire planet follows. And they're not replacing Swift. They're upgrading it, plugging in real-time tokenized liquidity paths, smart messaging, settlement layers that don't sleep. XRP is now inside the walls, and the transaction flows that follow will be measured not in millions, not in billions, not even in trillions, but quadrillions. Yes, quadrillions. Let that sink in. Quadrillions of dollars in value moving across tokenized rails. Tokenized treasuries, tokenized oil, tokenized bonds, real estate, commodities, equities, everything. All facilitated through systems Ripple has spent the last decade quietly building. So again, ask yourself, how much do you think XRP will be worth when it is settling even 1% of those flows? Now, do you see why $1,000 per XRP is not a meme? It's not even bullish, it's conservative. You need to understand, this isn't just about making money, it's about being on the right side of history. This transformation will reshape the global economy. Those holding the right assets will thrive. Those unprepared will be left behind. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. I will do everything in my power to make sure you and your families are ready for that wealth. This is not financial advice. This is a wake-up call, because most of the world is still asleep, still distracted by the noise, still trapped in the old system while the new one quietly goes live under their feet. But not you. If you've watched this far, you're not just an observer. You're part of something much bigger, a community, a movement, a financial awakening that the world will remember. And I ask you, watch this to the end. share it, discuss it. Because once the final switch is flipped, once these systems go fully operational, there's no going back. Your chance to position yourself is now. So take action, secure your assets, educate yourself, protect your wealth. And when XRP finally crosses those insane numbers, you'll remember this moment. You'll remember that someone told you, clearly, early, and with proof, what was coming. Don't be caught laughing at $1,000 XRP when it's already halfway there, because the joke won't be on us. It'll be on those who ignored the signs, dismissed the facts, and walked away while history was being written in front of them. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this breakdown as eye-opening as I did, smash that thumbs up right now. Don't miss out on our exclusive, never-before-seen insights. Subscribe immediately to join our inner circle at AlinaX and stay ahead with every breaking update. I want to hear your thoughts, questions, and theories, so drop a comment below. Every single one will be read and replied to. Act fast, be part of this revolution, and let's redefine the future together.